Under this flag, we are fearless, and our intention is the birth of Swaraj. Shout joy for Bharat Mata. Let our flag always fly high.
The celebration of 70th Independence Day can become a proud day only when we remember the sacrifices of our great freedom fighters. But with the independent country, our duty lies to protect it and respect it. So, to convey the special respect, here we have the students from Standard 11 to present a wonderful skit before us.
Freedom is when we have what we know how to speak, when we think what to do we feel is right, and fight for what we think is unfair.
As we celebrate our Day of Freedom, our Independence Day, Azadi's 70 years, it's high time for us to realize the significance of the sacrifices made by our freedom fighters who dreamt of a peaceful and prosperous India.
To help ourselves realize their dream, we, the students of class 10th and 11th, are here to present before you a skit on Azadi 70 and take you through a journey decades back.
During the colonial period, Bengal played a major part in many revolutions against the British.
On October 16, 1905, Lord Curzon's principle of divide and rule caused the partition of Bengal. This divided Bengal into East Bengal and West Bengal.
Born Keshav Gangadhar Tilak, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was a very prominent, assertive nationalist. He, along with his companions, Lala Lajpat Rai and Bipin Chandra Pal, were popularly known as Lal Bal Pal.
He played a major role in brewing nationalist feelings amongst the people to stand up and protest.
He encouraged people to boycott British goods and make Swadeshi goods. He was the head of the Swadeshi Vastu Pracharini Sabha.
He was the one who initiated that the festivals must be celebrated together in a locality rather than limiting it to a family. Hence, he started the Sarvajanik Ganesh festival.
He was the first one to openly demand for Swaraj. He said,
Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. He started to publish two newspapers, Kesari in Marathi and Maharashtra in English. These soon became the mouthpieces of his ideas.
Bal Gangadhar Tilak was so loved as a leader by the Indians, especially in Maharashtra, that they gave him the name of Lokmanya Tilak.
Tilak's selfless patriotism, strong determination and courage aroused the masses against the British and opened a new chapter in the history of Indian freedom struggle.
All these happened during the 1900s. Now let us go some years ahead, when the revolution turned out to be more fierce.
Freedom fighters were many, and among them, one prominent revolutionary was Bhagat Singh.
This young revolutionary fighter was so shaken and enraged by the death of Lala Lajpat Rai that Bhagat Singh assassinated John Saunders, a British police officer.
Enraged, Bhagat Singh said, "These Britishers have probably become deaf, and if the deaf are to hear, the sound has to be loud."
So here's what happened. Bhagat Singh, along with his fellow comrades, Sukhdev and Rajguru, entered the British Parliament where the meeting was taking place. They did not have the slightest intention to harm the Britishers.
They shouted, "Inqilab Zindabad," and bombed the parliament.
He stood there, staunch and brave, with his friends unafraid, as they knew they had done nothing wrong.
The British arrested them and sentenced them to be hanged till death.
He, with utter pride, took his punishment, without bowing his head, as he considered it to be a martyr and not a criminal.
And as they shouted, "Inqilab Zindabad, Inqilab Zindabad," Bhagat Singh and his fellow comrades were hanged on March 23rd, 1931.
Although Shahid Bhagat Singh lived a life of only 23 years, but he has inspired people through decades and will do so through aeons to come. After all the struggles and sacrifices made by our martyrs and revolutionaries, India achieved freedom. Though we are a free and independent nation, our sufferings still persist. The fears still remain in different disguise, which we call terrorism. So let us fast forward the time to 2008 when we were free from Britishers, but other threats still persisted.
The attack of 26/11 comprised of places like Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, Kama Hospital, Taj Hotel, Nariman Point, and many more.
During these incidents, many heroes sacrificed their lives. Let us remember the bravery of those martyrs.
At Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus on 26th of November, there was an explosion. People were running for their lives, but only one man stood up for the safety of the people.
You must be thinking who this person is. This brave and dauntless man standing right here is Vishnu Dattaram Zende.
This man standing here was an announcer at Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus for around 10 years. He knew that his own life was in danger, but that did not stop him from helping the other people. He went to the nearest announcement system and announced about the nearest exits so that the people could save their own lives.
After the attack at CST, terrorists tried to escape. Just then, the valiant 88th chief Hemant Karkare, along with his companions DIG Ashok Kamte and Vijay Salaskar, tried to stop them near the Kama hospital.
When they had almost caught them, the terrorists gunned all of them down. Although they died, they succeeded in their mission as the police caught hold of the terrorists barehandedly.
This nation will remain the land of the free, only until it is the hope of the brave.
We salute those martyrs, those people who were selfless, who were courageous, and who were dauntlessly, and they served for our nation.
Ours is a culturally and linguistically diverse country. We may follow different cultures, may speak different languages, but what keeps us united is the common spirit of patriotism. The national heroes sacrificed their lives for the safety and the security of our countrymen.
The present makes the future, and the youth today will become the pillar that would uphold the virtues of peace, tolerance, and selfless service in an India that would one day be terror-free and lead the world on the path of peace and brotherhood, where every family, every old, and every child will be secure.
Let us all take a pledge today. We, the youth of India, solemnly resolve that we will serve our nation to the fullest and keep our nation's interests and above all the necessities and take the responsibility to safeguard our nation. Jai Hind. Can we all say together, Jai Hind?